welcome back to yet another video of skin retouching. So today we will look at skin smoothing to get rid of all these textures on the skin. So what you need to do is that to smooth the skin, all you need to do is that these are basically used in most of the post-production for portraits. So just duplicate the original layer over here and go to filters and draw camera raw filter. This raw camera filter is the same interface as what we have in Lightroom. A bit of some tweaks over there. So Lightroom being easy as compared to the Photoshop, and you can shoot up this plugin comes freely with Adobe Bridge, which is the file manager for all the Adobe files over here. So you can even shoot it up from inside the Adobe Photoshop. So here we are for skin smoothing, right? So I am using right now not my mouse, the vacuum tablet, which is easy for and famous for skin smoothing. So doesn't recommend, but you can do the same thing with your mouse also. So it's easy for me to do. So let's get started. So I have you can see these pores around. So what I need to do is that I have to maintain this frequency around his skin and at the same time a bit smooth around the skin texture. So what I am going to do is basically I am targeting the mid-range frequencies, so that would never damage the high rate frequency, which can give you the texture feel of a skin. So if I go beyond that, so the skin looks a bit like plastic, and which is artificial, so a bit of unnatural. So here we will stick with the natural touch, yet we will smooth down or refine down the skin over that, which is just an easy process over here in Photoshop. You can achieve the same result from within Adobe Lightroom, which is basically used for more of the photographers for in post-production process. So okay, right, beside over here on this menu you can see the adjustment brush. So let's go for the adjustment brush over here, and the settings for adjustment brush is that if I dial something within this over the seeker of this dialer, so all the settings you can see my old previous settings remain intact. So the trick over here is, for example, if I minus or if I plus these settings, my old settings get discarded. So I have to, every time I have to make for sure to get the right settings. Why? Because this adjustment brush put a pin on that particular part of the adjustment. So when I dial in another value through this minus or plus, it will come to know that there is another adjustment or another pin which is not a part of the previous pin. So basically if you want to make changes within the same pin, so that what you need to do is you can dial in the values in minus or plus, but if you want to make a new pin you can just click minus or plus, right? Dialing this the values will keep you remain in the same pin, and clicking on the plus and minus will make another pin and dial in all new settings. So here I want to do is keep this 0. We will not touch it over here. Okay, sorry about that, I am using my vacuum tab pen, so that bit of tricky to get it set to 0. All that we will go is for the texture, and we will go for -50. Okay, and after -50 we will just paint around the skin. You cannot see that what I am achieving right now, but if you hit Y, you can see over here that this is just like a mask which you have mostly in the parlors over here. So basically it's a mask over here. So all I have to do is I have to cover his skin. You can adjust the brush size as depend on your desires. So let me get a bit big to cover these areas. Yes, and one more thing, that the pen of the vacuum tablet is pressure sensitive, so you will not achieve the same thing from the mouse perspective. Like mouse, you need to drag it around, and but the pen you have to press hard. You can set that settings in the tablet settings on the control panel or on the preferences, depend upon your operating system. So right over here I am not targeting the eye because I have different details, and to reach the small parts on small areas I will narrow down my brush and keep on painting over the lips, because lips is something way more detailed, and the eyes, you need to keep them in the real shape, in the real natural look. Okay, so here is a bit of mask, and if by mistake you have overdrawn or overpaint some areas which you don't want, all you can do is hold Alt, and then you can get the waste around, the wrong part. You can overcome this. Right here, over here it's a bit of lips. I don't want to go over the lips because they are the natural one, so a bit right, and even over the nostrils I have to leave them as it is, so they looks a bit in detail. So basically wherever you want to smoothen the skins, you can push it around. Even on these eye bags, leave a portion of it, so work around and over the eyes, and even on the eyebrows, because these are the hair details. So just keep them a bit of smooth, or where the shadows are, try not to go into deep, because after all the contrast will go even much darker. Okay, so here is, I have done a roughly one. You can go in detail. So if I go off my mask, you can see the skin smoothness, and here is the pin. That means that this hole is selected within this pin, right? And if I dial in another value, right, by clicking minus or plus, it will come to know that I am going for another pin. That we will come in the future videos for the eyes, for both of eyes, to how to brighten the eyes. So if I click before and after, you can see over here, this is before and after. You can see the skin smoothness. This is the before one and this is the after one. Or you can even dial the values. If you want to go beyond that, you can see it looks more unnatural, or even on my minus 100. So I'll stick it, for my value I'll stick it to 50 or minus 45. That's fine with me, because beyond that it looks more unnatural to me. It all depends upon the resolution of the picture also. If you have clicked it with the professional cameras, so that what make it a bit more natural. But I cannot say anything about the phone cameras, because they are a bit low on resolutions or low on pixels. So this you can achieve from the professional DSLR cameras. So here is the difference between the smooth skinning, the smoothing of the skin, or on the textures. Okay, it's a short video. If you like, just give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for the upcoming videos, and see you soon. Thanks.